Hi, my name is Ola and I'm from Sweden. I'm 38 years old and I collect vinyls and tapes and CDs as well, but not as much. I started listening to music when I was about 4 or 5 years old. My dad introduced me to bands like Queen, Creedence Clearwater, Black Sabbath, Van Halen, Dire Straits, Roy Orbison, Glenn Miller, well, you name it. It was a pretty broad spectrum of music at home, and it was vinyls and tapes. My sisters then got me into bands like Halloween, Gamma Ray, of course, and also bands like Depeche Mode on the synth side. So I have a pretty broad spectrum of music I listen to, but the main focus is metal and extreme metal. I was planning to do something with the collection on the channel, maybe go through 5 or 6 albums each episode, and hopefully you discover something new that you haven't heard before, or maybe you can give me some recommendations so I can discover something new as well. It's just a small part of my collection here. I have more in another room and on the walls and everywhere. My dear girlfriend is a bit crazy on me for all these vinyls, but hopefully I don't bother her as much as I think I do. Well, we live in a small house, so the upper stairs are filled with my stuff. Well, let's go through it. I was thinking of doing all the vinyls first and then go through the tapes as well. So I do them alphabetically, and if you have anything to ask or something like that, just leave it in the comments and I'll go through them as quickly as I can. The first album is a band from Greece, I believe, stoner rock, and the band is called Thousand Mods. This album is Super Van Vacation, a really solid release. I first heard the track Vidage. I recommend you check this track out. It got me hooked directly. It's a really great release all in all. It's released by Ooga Booga and the Mighty Ooh Records. Must be the best label name ever. Check them out if you like stoner rock. Next release is 13th Temple with Southern Woods and Invernal Tombs. Don't know anything about this release actually, because I got it as a bonus gift from Purity Through Fire when I made a quite big order, and he sent me this as a gift. But I know he hasn't released any bad things on his label, so I believe this is some great stuff. Check both Purity Through Fire out and 13th Temple. Next up we have a one-man project from Russia, and he also had another project, but I don't remember the name at the moment. I have those vinyls as well, so we'll come back to them later on. This is called A Light in the Dark, and this is the album A Long Journey Home. It's his debut album. Really great stuff, post black metal, and all the artwork is modern, as you can see, with cities and stuff, not the typical black metal stuff you see here and there, so it's quite refreshing actually. Next release we have is also by A Light in the Dark. It's his new album Insomnia. You can see the album artwork is going in the same direction as the previous. Really great stuff, check it out. Next up we have Abolishment of Flesh with the Inhumane Condition. This is some really brutal and fast stuff. grindcore type of vibe ish, with a lot of melodical death metal elements in it as well. So really great stuff. Next up we have Absolut, Hell's Highest Power. Also don't know very much about this release because I haven't listened to it yet, but it's more in the veins of crust and stuff like that. Next up we also have more crust, or kängpunk as we call it in Sweden. Kängpunk for me is crust and D-beat put together. I don't keep those genres apart. For me they are the same. People will surely argue with me for that, but I call it kängpunk and that's it. Kängpunk, the translation for that is boot punk. This is Adrestia, a Swedish kängpunk band. Really great stuff. If you like bands like Wolf Brigade, Wolfpack, stuff like that, then you need to check this out. This is the album The Art of Modern Warfare. Really great album. And lastly, for this day, for this episode, is the new release by the same band, Adrestia, and it's called The Wrath of Euphrates. Sure, I butcher some of the pronunciations of these albums. Also a great release. Features Jonsson from Wolfpack on one of the songs. Check it out. Okay, that was all for this first episode. If you have any questions, just ask me and I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. And if you have any recommendations for me to check out and stuff like that, just give them to me and I'll check them out as quickly as I can. If you wonder what music was played in the background, it was Whoredom Rife and their release Domedagskval. Shitty camera. Really great stuff. Check it out.